The spiritual realm is real. It influences our world in profound ways. One such influence is the Jezebel spirit. This is a demonic force that seeks to control, manipulate, and destroy. It operates through deception, intimidation, and seduction. The Jezebel spirit is subtle. It often disguises itself as something good. It can appear as ambition, charisma, or even religious zeal. But underneath lies a heart driven by pride, lust for power, and rebellion against God. This spirit is not confined to one gender. It can manifest in both men and women. We must be vigilant in recognizing its presence. We must understand its tactics. This essay will unmask the Jezebel spirit. It will equip you with the knowledge and tools to confront and overcome this destructive force. The Jezebel spirit takes its name from a biblical figure, Jezebel, who is one of the most infamous women in the Bible. Her story is a cautionary tale of how unchecked ambition and a desire for power can lead to one's downfall. Jezebel was a Phoenician princess who married King Ahab of Israel. This marriage was not just a union of two individuals, but also a political alliance that brought together two different cultures and religions. She is depicted in the Bible as a wicked woman who worshipped Baal and persecuted the prophets of God. Her introduction of Baal worship into Israel was a direct challenge to the worship of Yahweh, the God of Israel. Jezebel was a master manipulator. She had a way of bending people to her will, using her charm and cunning to influence those around her. She used seduction, intimidation, and even murder to get her way. Her methods were ruthless, and she stopped at nothing to achieve her goals. She was driven by a lust for power and control. Her desire to dominate was insatiable, and she sought to impose her will on everyone around her. This ultimately led to her downfall. Her relentless pursuit of power made her many enemies, and in the end she was overthrown and met a tragic end. The Jezebel spirit embodies these same characteristics. It is not just a historical figure, but a representation of a particular set of traits and behaviors that can manifest in anyone. It is marked by pride, arrogance, and a refusal to submit to authority. This spirit thrives on rebellion and defiance, always seeking to challenge and undermine those in power. It seeks to control and dominate others. Whether through charm, manipulation, or outright aggression, the Jezebel spirit aims to be in charge. It uses any means necessary to achieve its goals. Deception, coercion, and even violence are all tools in its arsenal. This spirit is often found in positions of leadership. It gravitates towards roles where it can exert influence and control over others. It thrives in environments where it can exert influence over others. Whether in the corporate world, politics, or even within families, the Jezebel spirit seeks to dominate. It can manifest in families, churches, businesses, and even governments. Anywhere there is a hierarchy or a power structure, the Jezebel spirit can find a way to infiltrate and take control. Its presence is often felt through the tension and conflict it creates, as it seeks to disrupt and dominate every aspect of life. The Jezebel spirit manifests in various ways. Recognizing these manifestations is crucial to combating its influence. One common sign is a controlling and manipulative nature. Those under the influence of this spirit often use guilt, fear, or intimidation to get their way. They may be passive-aggressive. They may resort to emotional outbursts or threats. Another manifestation is a spirit of seduction. This can manifest as inappropriate flirtation, sexual promiscuity, or using one's sexuality to gain power or influence. The Jezebel spirit thrives on chaos and division. It sows discord among people. It creates suspicion and mistrust. This spirit often targets strong, gifted individuals. It seeks to undermine their authority and discredit their reputation. Section 4. Subversion and manipulation. Tactics of the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel spirit is cunning and deceptive. It uses various tactics to achieve its goals. One of its primary weapons is manipulation. This spirit will twist words and situations to make you doubt yourself. It will use your insecurities against you. It will plant seeds of doubt and suspicion in your mind. Another tactic is intimidation. The Jezebel spirit will try to make you afraid to speak up or stand up for what you believe. It may threaten you with rejection, isolation, or even harm. This spirit also uses flattery and false humility to gain your trust. It will shower you with compliments and attention. It will pretend to be your friend, but its true motives are always self-serving. Section 5. Binding the strong man, confronting the Jezebel spirit. This section delves into the spiritual warfare necessary to confront and overcome the Jezebel spirit, a malevolent force that seeks to manipulate, control, and deceive. Confronting the Jezebel spirit is not for the faint of heart. It is a battle that requires unwavering resolve and a deep connection to your faith. This spirit thrives on fear and intimidation, and it will do everything in its power to make you doubt yourself and your mission. It requires courage, discernment, and spiritual authority. You must be grounded in your beliefs and confident in your spiritual armor. Surround yourself with a community of believers who can support and pray for you. Their collective strength will fortify your own. The first step is to recognize its presence in your life or in the life of someone you know. This spirit often operates subtly, weaving its way into relationships and situations under the guise of helpfulness or concern. Pay close attention to patterns of manipulation, control, and deceit. Once you have identified the spirit, you must take a stand against it. This is not a time for passivity or hesitation. Declare your intention to break free from its influence and reclaim your spiritual authority. Speak with conviction and let your actions reflect your commitment. Do not be afraid to call it out by name. Naming the spirit diminishes its power and brings its actions into the light. Use your voice to expose its tactics and declare your freedom from its grip. Remember, your words carry the weight of your faith and the authority given to you by God. Expose its lies and deceptions. The Jezebel spirit thrives on secrecy and manipulation. By bringing its actions into the open, you strip it of its power. Be vigilant and discerning, and do not allow yourself to be swayed by its attempts to confuse or mislead you. Remember that the Jezebel spirit hates to be exposed. It will likely react with anger, denial, or further manipulation. These reactions are attempts to regain control and instill fear. Stand firm in your resolve and do not be intimidated by its tactics. It will likely react with anger, denial, or further manipulation. These are signs that you are on the right path. The spirit's resistance is a testament to the power of your actions. Stay the course and continue to confront it with truth and authority. But do not back down. Your persistence is key to overcoming this spirit. Each time you stand your ground, you weaken its hold. Draw strength from your faith and the support of your community. Together you can break free from its influence. Stand firm in your authority as a child of God. Your identity in Christ gives you the power to overcome any spiritual attack. Hold fast to your faith and let it guide your actions. Pray fervently and seek God's wisdom in every step you take. It is important to set clear boundaries with those under the influence of this spirit. Boundaries protect your spiritual and emotional well-being. Be clear and firm in your expectations, and do not allow the spirit to manipulate or control you through guilt or fear. Do not allow yourself to be controlled or manipulated. Recognize the signs of manipulation and take immediate action to counteract them. Your freedom and peace of mind are worth the effort. Trust in your ability to discern the truth and act accordingly. Refuse to engage in their games. The Jezebel spirit thrives on conflict and chaos. By refusing to participate, you deny it the power to disrupt your life. Walk away from situations that seek to entangle you in its web. Choose peace and clarity over confusion and strife. Section 6. Weapons of Spiritual Warfare, Prayer and Fasting. In this section, we delve into the profound and transformative power of prayer and fasting as essential tools in the arsenal of spiritual warfare. These practices are not just rituals, but are deeply rooted in the spiritual discipline that connects us to the divine. Prayer is a powerful weapon in spiritual warfare. It is a direct line of communication with God, allowing us to seek His guidance, strength, and intervention in our lives. Through prayer, we can express our deepest fears, hopes, and desires, knowing that God hears us and responds. When confronting the Jezebel spirit, it is essential to pray for God's wisdom, discernment, and protection. This spirit can be deceptive and manipulative, making it crucial to seek divine insight to recognize and combat its influence effectively. Pray for clarity and the ability to see through the lies and schemes that may be at play. Pray for the person under the influence of the Spirit. Intercede on their behalf, asking God to open their eyes to the truth and to break the hold that the Jezebel spirit has over them. Your prayers can be a source of strength and support for them as they struggle to find freedom. Ask God to break the chains of deception and set them free. The power of prayer can shatter the strongholds that keep people bound. bringing liberation and healing. Trust in God's ability to intervene and transform lives, no matter how dire the situation may seem. Fasting can also be a powerful tool. It is a physical act that reflects a spiritual commitment, demonstrating your dependence on God and your willingness to sacrifice for a greater purpose. Fasting heightens your spiritual awareness and sensitivity, making you more attuned to God's voice and direction. It demonstrates your dependence on God and strengthens your spiritual senses. By abstaining from food or other comforts, you create space for God to work in your life, allowing His presence to fill the void left by your sacrifice. This act of devotion can lead to profound spiritual breakthroughs and a deeper connection with the divine. When you fast, you are denying your fleshly desires and focusing on God. This act of self-discipline helps to weaken the hold of the enemy over your life as you prioritize your spiritual well-being over physical cravings. Fasting is a way to humble yourself before God, acknowledging your need for His strength and guidance. This weakens the hold of the enemy and creates space for God to move. As you fast and pray, you invite God's power and presence into your situation, allowing Him to bring light into the darkest areas of your life. The enemy's grip is loosened and you become more receptive to God's transformative work. Remember that spiritual warfare is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing battle that requires vigilance, perseverance, and faith. The enemy does not rest, and neither should we. Continual prayer and fasting keep us spiritually alert and prepared to face any challenges that come our way. It is an ongoing battle. Just as a soldier remains on guard, we must remain steadfast in our spiritual practices, always ready to defend against the enemy's attacks. Persistence in prayer and fasting builds spiritual resilience and fortitude, enabling us to stand firm in our faith. Be persistent in your prayers. Do not give up. Even when the answers seem delayed or the situation appears unchanged, trust that God is at work. Your persistent prayers are a testament to your faith and determination, and they can bring about powerful changes in God's perfect timing. God is faithful, and He will give you the victory. No matter how intense the battle, remember that God is on your side. His promises are true, and His power is unmatched. Through prayer and fasting, you align yourself with His will and open the door for His miraculous intervention. Trust in His faithfulness, and you will see the victory He has promised.